Discord. Bum, ba, ba. Come on, Ben. You can do it. There we are. Hey, I just said it. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Do I want to give you okay. I'm gonna give you one more choice, Ben. You can have something on Earth or something in space. Earth, okay. Gift friend on Steam. Send an email. Control V. Send email. Okay, you are now the proud owner of Railway Empire. United States 1830, the new world is in its ascendancy, industry is booming, and the race is on to establish the most dominant and powerful rail empire in all of North America. Choo-choo. There you go. Congratulations, Ben. You are now the proud owner of Railway Empire. Okay. So business. New reading quizzes up. Due Friday at midnight. So this one has both the Glassner and the transmedia storytelling, the creator's guide. Don't forget to read transmedia stuff. I know I don't talk about it, but in, I don't know, about a week, I'll start talking about it a lot. And so it's good to keep up. And you will have read most of it. There's also questions about Beginner's Guide, Stanley, and Dr. Langeskov. So, and those for Thursday, Friday. We'll talk about Stanley on Thursday and Langeskov and such on Friday. Also, Right Club.
Just as a quick mention on quizzes.
Yes.
I've had this a couple of times now. Please remember not to write super long answers on your quizzes. I've had a couple of times now where I could not read what your answer was because you had such a long explanation of it. And I really want to help you. I really want to give you points. So please do not do that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that is like even a sentence long in any of the correct answers. Am I right, McKenna?
You are very right. It is mostly one or two words.
Yes. So keep that in mind. This last one, honestly, the name a class from D&D, I think was one of the questions, right? And honestly, there are 8 billion D&D classes. I think I said one of the basic classes, right? And then we can argue all day over what are the basic classes. Honestly, D&D 1.0, the 4 basic classes were wizard, thief, fighter, and elf. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was one of the classes. You could be a thief or an elf. You couldn't be both. So, but in D&D, the 4 basic classes are wizard, thief, or wizard, rogue, fighter, cleric. And then, but now rules have changed. I don't remember what comes in the basic 5e player's handbook. I could have gotten it out, but after typing 4 of them, I just put I gave McKenna the instruction. I don't know if it showed up. There was a a box where I could put comments about, and I'm like, if they name any actual class from D&D, you're good. Right. So when you go to look at the answers, it'll probably say those four things. And but if you said Ranger, if you said Paladin, uh Bard, although come on, it's not a real class. Anyway, Bards suck. Wow. I'm spicy today. Okay, so that's quizzes. Next thing, I've got, let's see, I have graded 13 out of 26 quizzes. Or not quizzes, right clubs. So here's what and I'll finish the rest after class today sometime. Because I always start and people talk to me and stuff, and like I get one class done and about half of you guys. So good ones. So let's see. Common problems. Again, two on the nose things. Or it just the thing that you named didn't necessarily have anything to do with the American Civil War. So like knife of stabbing. Yeah, that I guess that could be used in the American Civil War. But it could be in it could be in the Old West, it could be in medieval times, it could be uh, 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 down the neighborhood. There could be a knife right here in my suburban neighborhood. There could be a knife of stabbing. Yes, Anthony, it could have been in caveman times. So that's it. Just didn't evoke anything that was American Civil War. Stone of stabbing. Yes. Fun ones that I got. The Kit Kepi. Mostly because I didn't know what a kepi was. And it's the kind of hat that you think of as the Civil War hat, that little kind of almost not a hat at all, that just like a yarmulke with a brim kind of thing. Uh, I learned something, so yay. The Gettysburg headdress. Get it? The Gettysburg headdress, not the address, the headdress. I enjoyed that. Be like Abe Stilts. Just amused me to no end, because that says to I just want to play a game where people are running around on stilts, because so they can be taller, because that makes a difference somehow. I don't know how that would work, but Burnside Sideburns, which is my all-time favorite, because, and I even have this loaded up from last, I got to share this with you, because my God, this dude, okay, Ambrose Burnside, look at this dude. Is this guy great?
Oh, I love it. Every time he's brought up in American history, I love it. It's amazing.
Sideburns are named for this guy. There was no name for that before this guy.
I mean, look at those.
It's just beautiful.
Sideburns that extend outwards like that. Like, and then into the mustache. So it doesn't even go down into a beard. It's into the mustache only.
Yes. I just love, he's like, I think I'm just gonna shave the chin and keep everything else. Cause look at, I think because he had a cleft chin and he was proud of it or something. I don't know.
Let's shave the top bait, but keep the ring around the rest.
Yeah.
Okay? We need to highlight the other baits.
I think that, man, this is
It's also like ring around the back of the head.
honestly, he is the reason why I prompt you all to think about hair as an equipable item, because honest, and one of the reasons why I love Deep Rock Galactic, because I can be a dwarf and I can use I can equip different beards and mustaches and sideburns. Right now, my dwarf in Deep Rock is rocking a cool fro. And I honestly, I don't remember. I had burnside sideburns. Oh, another great one. The seceding hairline. The seceding hairline. Good one.
I hate how good that one is.
I really appreciated that. Knoxville Knuckles. Oh, hold on. They actually said things. I want a free vacation.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I had to press 1 to opt in or 2 to opt out. You know what opting out gets you? More calls. Okay, so Knoxville Knuckles I liked because both have the silent K. Knoxville Knuckles. Get it? It looks good on the page. I appreciate it as the words. Also, I like the idea that you're in the Civil War and you're just punching people, just running up and punching
when it
people.
takes that long to reload a musket, all I'm saying, sometimes a bayonet, you lose your bayonet, you just gotta get out the brass knuckles.
And finally, there may be more on the second half of your entries, but a hairline divided shall not stand. That would be the tagline, but a hairline divided. Get it? A hairline divided. Honestly, some primo stuff there. Primo stuff. Just want to also say that gloves are off in terms of we're into round 4 now, or actually the gloves were off for this one. The idea being that now you've got an idea of the kind of things that don't do well and the kind of things that do well. So I'm much more likely to give you a 1 or a 0, even if you try, if all 3 are just not good. Okay. So keep it up.
Can you explain what you mean by on the nose one more time?
On the nose. So if American Civil War equipable item, so you say Civil War gun, it's really on the nose. Hair, Abe Lincoln beard, doesn't have any kind of alliteration or Whimsy, it's just the thing, and it's very on the nose. You have named a thing. Yes, you have, but there's nothing fun about it. So it's also something that you hear a lot in writers' rooms, where you say, "What if Bob hit him?" And uh, the reaction from other writers is, "That's a little on the nose. What if he hit his little brother in order to get back at him? That would be a way to get back at Bob without telegraphing the conflict." So what you want to do is suggest the things, but not outright say the thing. Okay. And the next the next one, let me find it. Right, club number 4. Let me share this with you. Share. Bing. I'm even going to turn on sound because I need sound for this. Right, club number 4 is barks. So once again, you get 3 chances. You only need one of those 3 chances to be good, to get full credit. Like I said in somebody's entry today, number 2 gets you 2, which was the second thing on their list of 3 was the best. So I said number 2 is the one. You got number 2 for that. 2 points for number 2. So this is a real-time strategy game that is using classic Disney animation characters. Okay, so a couple of questions. What are barks? Barks are quick, tiny, short phrases that units say when a player clicks on them. They also are things that in, say, RPGs, when you get close to somebody in town, they might say that. So in Skyrim, when you get close to guards, they'll say, "I used to be an adventurer and I took an arrow to the knee," right? And that they said that over and over, and thus we knew it was they were there, they were active, whatever you want to call it. It became so the interesting thing about Skyrim is everybody started making fun of taking an arrow to the knee. Would Beard of Freedom be better than Abe's Lincoln Beard? I would say Abe's Beard of Freedom would be better than Abe Lincoln's beard. Yes. Beard of Freedom gets into vagueness, and think about this. Beard of Freedom can appear anywhere. My beard is a beard of freedom, right? Right now, it has nothing to do with the American Civil War. So you got to anchor it to the American Civil War. Abe's Beard of Freedom, right? Or, you know, McClellan's Beard of Freedom. Anyway, so getting back to barks, they're quick phrases. I even have a YouTube video. Here we go. Commander.
Standing by. Jacked up and good to go.
So these are all, when you click on these little Space Marines, jacked up and good to go, right? Commander. These are random things. They have a pile of them. They cycle through them. Every time you click, they say one of them. And if
Give me something to shoot.
if you give them commands like go attack, they say different things.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
Let's move.
Let's move. These are all moves.
Outstanding. Rock and roll. You want a piece of me, boy?
You want a piece of me?
That's the stuff. Yeah. We gotta move.
That's a retreat.
Are you gonna give me orders? Oh my God, he's whacked.
So you get the idea. Little barks that evoke character. And remember, the key thing about barks is that we're going to hear it hundreds of times, if not thousands of times, depending on how much we play the game. So especially for real-time strategy, they got to be short. They got to be really short. Go, go, go. You want a piece of me? Right? Very quick. The other question that comes here is Disney animation characters. Notice I say Disney animation characters. I very specifically mean no Marvel, no Star Wars, no Fox, no Pixar. Don't test me. You put Spider-Man in there, I'm going to know it. I'm sorry that Disney bought all other entertainment companies. That's not my problem. I have opinions. So a lot of people are unclear what is Disney and what is Pixar or other things, especially in these later so files. Let's look at this. I found a handy chart. Here are all, well, not all, it goes up to Frozen 2. I think we've had Soul is Pixar.
Raya.
Honestly, I haven't watched it. I'm not willing to shell out the $30. I shelled out the $30 for Mulan. And I regretted it afterwards. So I'm gonna wait till Raya is on the service that I already paid for.
I liked it pretty well.
I've heard good things. I don't know. I'm reserving judgment. Can't say good, can't say bad. Could be either. Golden Age, your basic Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia. Wartime era, nobody knows these basically, but Three Caballeros, oh geez, the Ichabod Crane, Headless Horseman is from there. Make Mine Music. These are all basically half the animators went to war, and the other half were making films for the army to say, why we fight? Let's punch Hitler in the snoot. Anthony did a push research paper on wartime Disney. He was also busy after the war breaking a union. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Of course, there's something wrong with that. Don't even. So then Silver Age is what we mostly think of. This is also kind of the princess age where Cinderella, yes, I know Snow White is theoretically a princess, but we hadn't started the whole Disney princesses. Notice Song of the South isn't even, Song of the South would be the 60s somewhere, I think, or the 50s. It's not on this list. Good catch. It's not on this list. Sleeping Beauty, Alice, 101 Dalmatians, Peter Pan, Sword in the Stone, Lady and the Tramp, Jungle Book. Then we get to the Bronze Age, where budgets start getting cut. Warner Brothers starts eating their lunch. They try and get more kind of jazzy. Aristocats, Fox and the Hound, Robin Hood, what is that? Black Cauldron, maybe? Can't even tell. Winnie the Pooh, Great Mouse Detective, Rescuers, and probably the low point of Disney animation, Oliver and Company. Fight me, go ahead, fight me. Then the Renaissance, in 1989, we get Little Mermaid. Professor Gutierrez was an animator on Little Mermaid. Get to know him. Pocahontas, Rescuers, Hunchback of Notre Dame, blah blah, Aladdin, Lion King, the good stuff. And then post-Renaissance, they tried to bring back Fantasia. That was crap. That Treasure Planet crap. And yeah, everybody's like, Brother Bear is my favorite. You were 6. You didn't know any better. You have fond memories. Everybody has fond memories of their first Disney. These were all pretty much crap.
Unfortunately, for this example, this doesn't apply because Brother Bear is my favorite, and I saw it 2 years
Treasure
ago.
Planet is amazing. How dare you?
And I do enjoy
As is
Treasure Planet.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That like Treasure Planet was one of the best ones.
It's amazing. It's such a good
Treasure Planet is very good. It is very good.
As is Atlantis. There are good ones in here. There's just also a lot of bad ones. Fantasia, I didn't love Brother Bear. I didn't hate it. Dinosaurs was awful. I don't even know the one under Brother Bear. Atlantis was good. And Lilo and Stitch was amazing.
Home on the Range. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch, I'll give you.
That's Home on a Range?
Home, yeah. It's Busta Moo.
Oh,
April
God.
2nd, Home on the Range.
Okay, yeah.
My gosh,
that
my
one,
sister and I were obsessed with Home on the Range when we were
It's
kids.
not awful, but it's just forgettable.
Emperor's New
Dinosaurs
Groove.
is just boring.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I just mentioned it in the chat. I was traumatized by the dinosaur ride
Oh
at
yeah.
Walt Disney World.
No, that thing's terrifying.
Because I was 7, I was obsessed with dinosaurs. My mom was like,
they will eat you.
And then there's just
Okay.
the giant freaking thing with the flashing lights at the end.
They come at you. They want
They
you
do.
are tasty.
my
Um,
mom, my mom
Bolt.
tells me that I had a
forgot
straight
Bolt
face.
existed. I forgot Bolt existed. I thought that was freaking DreamWorks. I did.
It was originally sponsored by McDonald's,
Bolt.
and there are pipes in the loading area where you get in the Jeeps, and there's a yellow pipe and a red pipe, and they used to be marked ketchup and mustard. And it always seemed odd to me that there were condiments flowing, like huge amounts of ketchup and mustard. Were we going to go in and get slathered with ketchup and mustard so that the dinosaurs would find us more palatable?
I think they'd find you plenty palatable. I don't think T-Rexes were very picky.
I don't think so either. But I didn't understand why these pipes carried all this ketchup and mustard, and it was just McDonald's had sponsored the thing.
They're putting it on other dinosaurs so they ignore the Jeep. That's what it's a safety measure.
Do you know it's basically the same ride as the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland? I mean, mechanically, it's getting a Jeep and the Jeep shakes you around as it goes on a track. They repurpose. Imagineering. Look at that. So I thank you for exploding in a ball of righteous rage as I trashed your childhoods.
To watch most of these as a child because I say that I liked most of them, but my sisters watched nothing but Disney, and we only had one TV, and I was a child, so I was in the same room as that TV. So
Yeah. I'm worried about
reason
the
I know a
3
lot of
o'clock
musicals,
because
same
I was
reason.
just as mean to these movies at 3 o'clock and nobody said anything. I think they were asleep or I don't know.
Clearly, they
I
just don't
see
have childhood.
part of
We're just
my
a better
trashing of
class.
these things is to make sure you're all still there,
Oh,
basically.
don't worry. Anthony is always here.
So Bolt is still terrible.
It's so
Princess and the Frog is okay.
It's amazing. What do you mean? It's one of their best ones.
There's another Winnie the Pooh, I think. The thing below Tangled, I'm not sure. I think that's a Winnie the Pooh.
It looks like it.
And then Moana is a modern masterpiece.
I agree with you on that one.
Big Hero 6 is okay, blah blah. And the only thing that comes after Frozen 2 is I guess Raya. I don't know. Has there been so big picture, if in doubt, look it up whether it's a Pixar or a Disney. That's the only excuse you have. Don't throw Star Wars Princess Leia in there and tell me she's a Disney princess. She's not. So going back to Right Club. Shorter is better. Players will hear these barks hundreds of times. These barks can be move, attack, or just, hey boss, whatever you want. And speaking of two on the nose again, don't just pull their famous quote. So you pull Elsa and you say cold never bothered me anyway, and I'm done. Good.
Okay, but what if the famous quote fits?
So then you haven't done any writing, you've just picked something
Okay,
cool.
that's fair.
Right? So the idea is to pick something, pick some quote and give it a twist. So if you're picking Elsa, what does Elsa say when ordered to attack? Right? What does Elsa say when she's just acknowledging you? What does Elsa say when you tell her to move? Right?
I don't understand how we're supposed to make it like feel like that character specifically, even if it is something that they might say.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're supposed to give it like, oh, I know who that is.
So once again, you can identify the character, but hopefully it will be recognizable. So cold never bothered me anyway. So let's take Elsa with cold never bothered me anyway. What if she says cold kind of bothers me nowadays instead, and now she's angry and wants to attack, right? So the idea is that you're taking something that is their signature thing and you're twisting it somehow. You're throwing something onto it, right? Because let me tell you, Disney's never going to let you make a real-time strategy game where all these characters fight. So this is your only chance to do it.
Why not? They have Kingdom Hearts. Close enough.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to point out they have Donald casting Zeta Flare. I feel like this is not that far off.
Okay, well,
Donald and Goofy dying.
Refer to Kingdom Hearts for Disney parks, right? Well, they're making Kingdom Hearts the rhythm game, right? The music rhythm game, or did that come out? I think it came out and was not good. Anyway, okay, so I've spent 40 minutes on business and we haven't gotten to what we're actually talking about today. Again, remember, it's have fun. don't stress over this. If you're spending more than 15-20 minutes, you're probably overthinking it. And once again, even saying the gloves are off, just relax. Nobody's going to fail the class because they couldn't come up with the perfect bark for Donald Duck to say when he's attacking, right? It'll be
Are our three supposed to be like all for the same action or the same character?
no. You can pick Tigger moving and Elsa attacking and I don't know, Pooh or something else. Brother Bear attacking me because I don't think Brother Bear is very good.
Okay, cool.
Any three characters, any three moves.
Attacking you specifically.
If you want.
Yeah.
Feel free.
All right.
If that will inspire you, think of it that way. Honestly, we watched Brother Bear on some streaming service before Disney Plus, and I fell asleep. It was, yeah. I was like, why? Phil Collins, yes, I think he did. That was probably the best part of Brother Bear is the Phil Collins song. Phil Collins, man, you can't go wrong. The Tarzan Phil Collins, he did Tarzan better than he did more work for that movie than all the rest of the movie. You know, there's more feeling in that song. Anyway, one more assignment. Sorry. Oh, you all hate me. I don't care. Whatever. You're learning stuff. For tomorrow, I have the full PDF of the adventure that you played this past week available for y'all to read. Give it a read. Just go download it and give it a read. It's not very long. It's like 6 pages, 7 pages. It looks longer, but it's all the character sheets as well as the adventure itself. First question. See there, you're already ahead of things, Anthony. Did anybody, any group all die? No.
Sadly,
Okay.
no. Sadly not.
Everybody lived. Okay.
They got beat up a bit, but no. They didn't die.
I'm gonna have to
bad rolls.
tell Andrew to rewrite this thing because this is the first year where no groups of either class TPK'd, which is D&D speak for total party kill.
Our group didn't take a single point of damage.
Okay,
we're gonna have to crank it up.
Neither did the DM group realistically. So I mean,
turn the dial.
I mean,
either.
My party skipped.
Oh wait, no, we did
interactions.
Wait, Julia, what are you saying?
They ended up managing to bypass technically 3 fights.
So they didn't bother. What did they miss?
The Mushmoles, the actual fight with Lusho, and the wolves.
Okay.
My group skipped those two.
Mine only.
Well, we actually started the Lusho fight, but then we talked Lusho into stop attacking, and then got her drunk, and then convinced her to come back with us.
Okay, I feel like there's a lot.
I'm okay with that.
They rolled 2 nat 20s. I had to.
I'm fine with that.
Oh fuck.
Okay, so we're already hearing cool things that happen. What's the coolest thing that happened? Somebody tell me what is the coolest thing that happened in your session?
Can we also mention the DM game in this?
Sure.
Oh god. I don't know if it's really cool as much as funny, but because Jalea was playing Lorelei and we were on the tree climbing segment.
Okay.
No, don't bring that up.
I'm bringing this up.
Don't bring it.
Too late. Already said it. Can't come back. So Jalea tried it because we were told it would be either acrobatics or athletics. And since acrobatics is based off of Dex, Jalea was like, "Yeah, I can do it. It'll be fine." She rolled like 2 decent rolls. Fell down.
20 first.
You rolled a nat 20 for, or it was a dirty 20. I think.
Dirty
I don't
20.
think it was the nat yet. Rolled a dirty 20, got most of the way up, fell down, and then at the bottom fell all the way down. Rolled a nat 20 and then fell down again. And actually took damage on that one, which is why I can't say we didn't take damage, because that was the only points of damage we took.
Huh.
1 hit point.
One hit point from falling out of a tree.
And then who was it was, I want to say Dave, right? Was VV, right? Yeah. He was like, "I've got this." You pulled out BB's javelins to climb up the freaking tree. Rolled like a nat 20 and then like 2 other good rolls. And then when he got back down, just went over to Jalea and said, "You've got to use your core."
Look, it would have been 2 hit points of damage if I wasn't talked out of punching you in the face.
Oh god.
Okay, did anything like terrible happen to anybody? Any group?
I remember in my campaign, like the one that I was running, I think the worst that happened is on the B fight. Someone rolled very badly and ended up on 2 HP. I believe that was yeah.
So,
Nadia.
well, they ended up with only 2 hit points left.
They had 2 hit points left.
You're still awake? That's fine. Just
Yeah,
rub some dirt in
But it was
it.
the beginning, and it was so bad, and I was the only one who took damage the whole game. So bad.
So it's interesting. It's not a lot of damage and not a lot of fighting. I'm curious, all of you, can you push the little raise hand thing if you've never played D&D before? Are we gonna get half? We're gonna get half. We're almost not quite half. We're a little short. We're too short of half. But actually, no, because McKenna and I don't count. So we are actually about half of you have not played. Okay, put your hands down. Don't make me come and lower your hands. That's a weird thing about Zoom is I can push a button and lower your hand. It's like it feels like I'm walking around and going
silence,
hand down. Okay, so those of you who've never played before, is this what you expected? Is this what you imagined D&D would be like? Is it about in the ballpark, or is it weird, or is it better or worse, or some opinions on first timers? Anything?
I enjoyed it a lot, honestly. It was pretty fun. I forget, I was Zephin. I was just a wizard the whole time. It was pretty fun. I mean, my Roll20 wasn't working, so I couldn't see the board at all. It was just constantly loading. So, but I still had a pretty good time. Yeah, my Roll20 was just not working.
No.
But,
okay. So someone else. Oh, so we're still getting stories in the chat. So
Getting lies in the chat.
it's fine. No, it's cool. I like reading that. Chat away. I don't care. So of just everybody, whether you played before or not, is there anybody who didn't or doesn't like this? Is it because not everybody likes it? Trust me, when I was 14 and trying to get other people to play Dungeons and Dragons with me, there were lots of people who, well, basically every session was, that was fun, I guess. And then they'd never come back, which maybe I was a terrible DM. I don't know. I thought I was awesome.
It's hard to say to someone's face that you didn't enjoy it.
Right. But you can say to my face you didn't enjoy it. I don't care. In fact, I appreciate the honesty. If you were like, oh man, this was a lot of sitting around. And even if you've played before, even if you like playing, what are the problems here? What are the bad points of D&D?
I can say for a fact.
Yeah.
I really don't like combat most of the time. I think it takes forever and I think it's really boring and I would really much rather role play.
Even like when it doesn't, it just feels like a lot of it's just very weirdly stated in the books most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, just adding on like damage and stuff and what is and is, it's the most explained part, but it's also the least explained. Like they try to go so much into it and make all the rules, and just everything else about it is so much funner.
Okay, so
Like,
so there are two, well, not two. There are lots of different types of players, right? And so one of the things I asked Andrew to do when writing this is to give, assuming that a good portion of the people playing this adventure would be first timers, give a taste of all the different kinds of D&D there are, right? So the first stuff with the kids is all kind of skill based and silly situations and figuring out problems socially, right? So using talking and like did anybody actually rap?
No, Raj was the killer on the mic.
Who was it? Who was it that rapped? Oh, I forget.
It was John.
It was John. It was John rapped. He rapped. Well, he did decently. Well, he didn't actually like do it in time, but he came up with verses each time, so I gave it to him because I didn't do that when I was doing it. And so
did any of the DMs rap back as the kids?
Oh God, no. Okay,
cowards.
No, one thing about said rap battle.
I'm too square. I'm way too square.
One thing about said rap battle. So the kid rolled a nat 20, and then John also rolled a nat 20 with the +3 and the extra freaking charisma.
Yeah, so John wins.
I was expecting like, okay, he'll get like 3, he'll be a 4-round thing, it'll be fine. He rolls.
You destroyed an 8-year-old.
He wrecked that 8-year-old. He went 3-0. It was amazing.
Okay, so I kind of love the when you get to actually do the thing instead of just I'm going like I have swung so many swords in D&D, and I have never swung a sword in anger in real life, right?
I'm a fake one.
Well, I could get out my lightsabers. Don't get me started. I'm gonna get out my lightsabers. No, we don't have time. But the idea that if you're uncomfortable or like you're having this improv role playing conversation and I don't know what to say when a player says I start stumbling, I say, okay, roll. Give me a persuasion or whatever, depending on the system, so that we can cover our shortcomings with math from the game, with mechanics from the system, so that we can keep playing and nobody feels terrible because I'm just not good at this sort of thing, right? I can't improv like that. So I love that. I also like you'll see, but there's a little like text box in the adventure saying basically get your players to try this, and if it seems like they're not having fun, give them the money and let them move on, right? Just keep it moving. The same thing happens with combat. There are some people who love, the grid and moving little guys around the grid, and I am within 5 squares of this person, so I can reach them with a thrown dagger because I have a range of this and blah 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 blah. And I love painting these things. I got a billion of these things.
I knew it.
Right?
I knew one was gonna come out.
I
I
got
will
little
say I
goblins here.
I don't like combat as much on Roll20 as I do in person.
Yeah,
Oh
same
my
here.
God, McKenna.
Look at that.
It's amazing.
Is
My
that
dad has a bunch
chest
of like
dice?
tin metal ones from
No.
like the 80s. Still,
No, these are all minis.
All
Some are
minis,
painted,
right?
some
Yeah.
are not yet.
But that's
yeah,
the
I
whole
love paint.
tactical
No,
aspect
no, the
of
dice
it.
are the dice are there.
Okay,
in
so
the tubes.
I am out of time and I can see people disappearing. So for tomorrow, when you read over the adventure, I would like you to think about 2 things. What is in the adventure that never came out during your play session, that you had no idea, this backstory was about this and that, right? Tell me something that is in there that just never appeared, and tell me something that happened in your play session that appears nowhere in the text. Okay. What happened where something totally different than what it says in the text, or just isn't there, just doesn't appear. Look for those things based on your play sessions. Okay. And my computer died, so many things. Okay. So we will pick it up again tomorrow, and look over the adventure and look for those 2 things. And we will talk about that tomorrow. Okay.
I do have a closing question.
Yes.
So the jewels were spoilers for if you didn't play somehow.
It's spoiled. Everybody's played.
So the jewels were in the closet of the woman we found in the cave, right?
Yep.
She tried to lie to us and just like trick her into leaving her alone.
Yep.
What would have happened if we just left? Like, would we have just been searching in the forest forever, or
you'll find out?
Read the adventure.
There's an ending for that. So you'll find out.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Go read it.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. See you tomorrow.